Hello, and welcome to A Slice of Pie, the weekly news-ish show that we do on this YouTube channel. This week was actually a pretty light news week in all regards except for one. So I guess we can kind of start with what's going on the channel. This was my week to work on my video game, and I've barely done any work on my video game or YouTube channel. I've really done like nothing. Not because I don't want to, but because I work insanely long hours. I've worked 7 days straight up until this point where now I have time off. So I'm actually going to be working on my character as much as possible tomorrow and today. I just need to get some rigging stuff done on her. So yeah, that's why there's not really too much going on. I did script some stuff on my free time. I want to do a couple of videos that are completely different than anything I've ever done on this channel before, and I'm kind of working on like figuring out the logistics of getting a Let's Play setup going on this whole thing. We'll finish It'll Do, but I kind of want to do something maybe ESO, like do a tank from like 1 to 50 and champion ranking it, just to see like, because I'm actually a really good tank player. I just want to see what it's like building another class for a tank, and I want to see how people react to it, because I've been running dungeons a lot, and the amount of gratitude I'm getting for being like virtually unkillable is it's a good feeling, especially in an MMO. So maybe me like showing how to actually properly build a tank and like go through a Let's Play series, or an idea that I had a long time ago is, instead of actually doing it as a Let's Play series, recording it and then narrating it as the character. I thought about doing that with Animal Crossing, because Animal Crossing as a game is like impossible to react to. It's like so calm and peaceful that I was like thinking of just recording it like full days of Animal Crossing and doing it like just as an episodic series where it's like day 1, day 2, that kind of thing. Maybe not. I honestly don't know at the moment. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that we've worked on and are talking. Oh yeah, no, there is also the vlog. The vlog is coming on Wednesday. This Wednesday we did release Nova Build Part 2, and so next Wednesday vlog. Alright, that's all the pie news for the week, and now we're gonna go into game news where we actually have something good to talk about. Nintendo! Wahoo! Go with the Luigi Wahoo, why not? Nintendo released or announced the Nintendo Switch Lite. The Switch Lite is a all-portable version of the Nintendo Switch. That being said, this could mean that the Switch Pro is actually an all-console, home console version of the Nintendo Switch. Now, hear me out on this. The Nintendo Switch is actually getting a revision soon. There's actually a rumor going around that they filed for a patent to allow for a new Tegra chip to be dropped into existing Switch models. This means they're refreshing the existing Nintendo Switch to get a little bit of extra power and possibly be the Switch Pro we've heard about. That being said, it could be that this is such a marginal increase that they are not changing the name and they're just going to call it the Nintendo Switch. And the new patents do suggest that that is the case, and that the Switch Pro that we've seen is actually a different unit. That being said, it would make a lot of sense if they were to actually make a sort of home console variant that can be switched between the cheaper portable system and itself. They would achieve this probably by having both games stored on both consoles and having a sort of resume and pause feature, and I could see that being a huge draw. Now, the Switch being able to just dock and undock is awesome, and it is easily the coolest feature of the Nintendo Switch. But there are times where I do wish that I had a little bit more console horsepower and would rather have a dedicated system that could literally just resume the game instead of having to gimp both sides a little bit. This is just speculation though, and I did kind of speculate on something about this when we still called it the NX on this channel. And although that video is a bit dated, it is still somewhat correct, which is the weird thing. And that being said, that could be pretty cool, and I honestly would buy it. Nintendo, I will send you my money if you made that. And that's pretty much all the game news this week, as crazy as that is. I mean, we could talk about how G2A is doing whatever G2A is doing, but let's stop giving them the headlines, guys. They've been in the news like what, thrice now? Let's no more headlines for G2A. So let's go into the tech news. Yay, tech news. We actually, again, only have one company in the tech news today. Yeah, we're rolling with that take. So, AMD is actually in the tech news a lot lately, and it's because, well, Ryzen is a shining. Ryzen joke. Ryzen is actually doing quite well and has really, really taken over market share, and honestly has taken over sort of like, I don't know what to call it. I guess you would call it like earned media. They're like being talked about an awful lot. But Navi, on the other hand, hasn't been talked nearly as much because it's more or less just a cheaper card that is now competing with cards in a higher tier. So they're really good to build with, but there really hasn't been too much excitement around them. That might change soon, and for a couple of reasons. One, they are incredibly overclockable. Much like Vega, they actually have a lot of overclocking headroom. You can actually take them up, I think it was 20%, and you can actually mod their power play tables through software, which is huge. This means that AIB companies with their own dedicated software packages could actually make Navi cards that run faster than what they're spec'd to due to having better cooling than AMD's core cooler. This might actually make it so that buying an AIB card actually makes a difference for once. It hasn't made a difference for a very long time. It was just who had the best price and the best cooler. Now it could be Asus has a better overclock than MSI, or MSI has the most flexible overclock. You can see where this is going. You could actually have these amazing, amazing cards that just aren't spec'd at the same level of AMD. That also being said, I do think we are going to be seeing the 58,000s probably soon, because reportedly Radeon 7 production has officially stopped. Now, when something stops in production, it pretty much means that they're going to start rolling out something else. And I believe that they're going to start ramping up production on the 5800 XT and X, or 5800 and 5800 XT. God, too many numbers. I honestly think that they're going to be changing things up and getting those cards ready, because next year, I'm pretty sure they're going to get announced and launched. The reason for this is Navi is doing well, and it is easily beating Vega in many situations. And its diversity as a gaming card actually makes it very, 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 very tempting for me to actually buy one and swap into the system, even though I just got Vega on water. Currently, my Vega card is still holding out against the 5700 XT, but that's only because it's on water. A 5700 XT on water will probably beat the Vega 64 in this computer. That being said, I am holding out until a 5800 XT because I really do want to bump up the tier of the graphics card this time and put it underwater and just go ham. Because I mean, right now I'm doing 1440p gaming at 60 plus frames per second. My monitor is actually only 75 hertz, so as long as I can maintain 60 to 70 hertz, I'm looking pretty good. That being said, this card does go higher, and higher it does. Wow, Yoda, I am Yoda. I lost my train of thought. So, I digress. let's get back to the video. Navi is actually a lot more exciting than we are being led on to. Yeah. Words. I am great at English. You know what else is also in the news for AMD? They're fixing Ryzen. Now, Ryzen seems to have a slight scheduler issue. With this many cores, Windows actually isn't 100% sure how to handle them. This is an issue that we knew sort of existed, but AMD actually knows and does pack into their software which cores are their fastest and which ones can overclock and turbo the highest. Ryzen Master Software will tell you exactly which cores are your best. Windows, for some reason, isn't taking that data and is not maximizing the potential of the Ryzen chips by just kind of blanketly putting things all over the place. So unfortunately, it's not utilizing all of Ryzen's power. Meaning, if not all the cores are in use, we're not actually seeing a realistic situation. This is why in some gaming benchmarks, Ryzen chips aren't actually at the same speed. So once Windows Scheduler is actually fixed, we might see a slightly different story. And honestly, right now they're already impressive, and if they get even more impressive, well, bah. Like mind blown if I actually have to somehow replace a GPU and a CPU in the same year. I probably don't, because I think I have one more revision. Like, I think the Ryzen Zen 2 Plus will still be compatible. That will be probably my next processor, because that will last me like 4+ years or so. Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this rambly video, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm doing whatever I'm doing on camera. You can tell I'm tired because I can't stay on topic. Wolfie.